Hello! Today's stories come from r/MaliciousCompliance. We have 4 Reddit stories today from one of my favorite subreddits. We start with story 1. Restaurant only gives discount on phone orders. Okay then. I only live 5 minutes walk away from a local pizza place, so I went in and ordered direct to takeaway. I didn't call ahead as I didn't see much point as I live so close, and I didn't mind the extra couple of minutes. While there, I saw they were doing a special offer, 10% discount if you mention their promotion over the phone, and then went in to collect takeaway. I know I haven't called in first, but now I know you do a discount if you do. And to save us both the hassle of me calling you right now, and for the fact I know the promotion exists, can I still get the 10% off anyway? No, it's for telephone orders only. Sure, I get that, but I could literally just call you right now from my mobile and you'd give me the discount, but that'll be a bit weird to make me do that. So can I just get it anyway? No, it's for the telephone orders only. This job's worth attitude pissed me off. So I was literally about to just forget about buying anything from there and go somewhere else. But as I got outside, I figured that no. I'd just stand outside and call the number on their door and order a pizza that way to get my discount. The phone rang and the same guy picked it up. Can I order a pizza to collect with 10% discount, please? He recognizes my voice, obviously, as it's just been 15 seconds since we were speaking inside. He looks outside at me. I smile and wave. He looks pissed off that he has to give me my discount now. He takes my order and says it will be 10 minutes. During the next 10 minutes, while waiting for my discounted pizza, someone else is about to come in the restaurant to order takeout. I asked them if they have phoned ahead for the discount or not. They didn't realize that was a thing. No problem, buddy. I'll do it for you. What do you want? I call the same number again. Same guy answers and hears my voice again and looks straight at me again. I smile and wave again and proceed to order this random stranger's pizza order for them whilst maintaining eye contact with him. My friend would also like the 10% telephone discount. He looks like he's gonna pop a blood vessel, but has no choice but to accept it. After all, I didn't enforce the rules, he did. A week later, the telephone order discount is cancelled completely, and it's simply given if you have a menu, and there are menus in the entrance anyway. So you'd be crazy not to see it and use it. Edit. Well, that blew up, answering a few of the main questions here. This happened a while ago, so the promotion wasn't to do with Google Ads or tracking info or storing numbers, etc. It was just a badly executed promo that forced you to call to the very person standing in front of you already taking your order anyway if you wanted the discount. No, not been waiting 15 years to tell this story like I'm some sort of legend and my life peaked at that moment. I read something else on Reddit yesterday and I was like, oh yeah, I remember something like that happening to me, and I've never posted in malicious compliance before, so why not share? The guy behind the counter wasn't a kid with management breathing down his neck. He may have been the owner or manager for all I know. It was a small place and not a chain, and if it wasn't just him there doing everything, then it was only him and the chef. So making me call him on the phone in front of him was him enforcing the stupid rule. I just complied with it. I agree. I risked a spat on pizza. I don't suggest pissing off people who make your food. It was not something I was thinking of at the time, though. I've also tweaked some text above for clarity as reasons why for not calling in first. Live super local, and I'd only ever walked in, never called it before, and realized now that I didn't know about the promo until there. That's why I then asked about it. Thank you. Buddy making the pizza probably was the owner. Unfortunate that he doesn't realize that extending kindness usually gets you a customer for life, or at least as long as they live in the area. Anyway, let's head to the comments where we'll find some fun phone hacks to deal with restaurant lines and coupon code issues. Men's Ink shared, when mobile phones were just introduced, I once went to get some food from the Chinese Indonesian restaurant in our village. The line for ordering was extremely long, yet the lady behind the counter continuously picked up the phone and took orders from there. So I took out my super modern mobile phone and called them while standing in line and ordered by phone while waiting in the ordering line. My food was ready before I'd have been able to order normally. Book Nerd said, one time, my friends and I had gotten like 25 free taco coupons at Taco Bell. They were one per visit, so we pulled up to the drive-thru and said, listen, we're here to get 25 free tacos. We can drive around this building 25 times, or you can just give us the 25 tacos now. Manager gets involved, says we can have the 25 tacos as long as we actually buy something. Each of us gets a drink, and we drive off with 25 tacos for like $5 worth of soda. I was a little sad we didn't have to drive around the building 25 times. Impossible Tonight said, really doubt the front desk guy cared if you get the discount. People always expect the minimum wage employees to bend the rules for them, even though you have no idea if he's gotten in trouble 6 times already for doing it. Emin McCounter said, glad to see someone else that had the same reaction as I did. The guy was just doing his job. Story 2 amps up the British humor throughout the story and in the comments. It's titled, Tell me I shouldn't buy delicate binoculars without insurance? Fine, I won't buy them then. Many years ago, I had some hospitality tickets for F1 at Silverstone. I think it was the year Hamilton won his first season. I decide to get some binoculars to take with me. So I go to the local Jessops and talk to a very nice sales lady who seems genuinely excited at the idea of going to F1 at Silverstone. She suggests some binoculars, and I get my wallet out. At which point sales guy comes bounding over, pushes sales lady out of the way, grabs the binoculars I was going to buy from her, and asks what I am thinking of using them for. Barely lets me answer as he grabs some that me and sales lady had already discounted because they were twice as much, and suggests that they would be a much better option. Mildly irritated at this point, I was enjoying chatting to sales lady. I list some of the reasons that she told me they weren't a good fit. Sales guy rolls his eyes, says she's just a trainee, and the expensive ones are really the ones I want. Eventually, it takes quite a stern no to stop him trying to upsell me. At this point, I really just want to walk out, but I suffer from the occasionally debilitating condition of being English, and that kind of embarrassment is just too much to take. Instead, I'll buy them and go home fantasizing about all of the cool things I should have said. So, card in hand, I'm just about to pay, and he asks about whether I want insurance. Nope, just that, thanks. You really should have insurance. They are very delicate. It doesn't take much to knock a lens out of alignment. Nope, it's fine. Just the binoculars, please. You probably shouldn't buy them without the insurance. Finally, given a way out, I nod and agree, and he runs out the back to get the paperwork for the insurance. He comes back and asks me for my name for the insurance. Oh no, sorry, I was agreeing with you that I shouldn't buy them. Not if they are that delicate. I'm quite clumsy, so I'd definitely break them. He tries to backtrack on some of the ones that sales lady had suggested, saying that they would actually be perfect for me. I reminded him. He said they weren't very good. Then I thanked him for helping me see that I really didn't need to spend all of that money on binoculars, and walked out. Brilliant. Love that OP got away without spending a dime. I can't stand pushy salespeople, especially when they bulldoze over someone that is doing a perfectly good job of finding the right product for the customer, which is really what all salespeople should be doing. Anywho, let's jump to the comments where OP continues his comedy routine. Rando Number said, So sorry to hear about your condition. I hope you get better soon. OP replied, I take tea and biscuits medicinally. It helps to keep it under control. Velocipeter replied, Dude, that's what's been making you British the whole time. You're one step away from colonizing India. You need Pepsi and a Baconator. Red Solo Cup said, Oh, that went way better than I was hoping for. Well done. OP replied, Now I'm curious what you were hoping for. Red Solo Cup said, Just walking out, but your way is better. OP replied, Actually, it's also the way I split with my rather nuts first wife. I think we should take a break. Yeah, just let me pack. I don't respond well to ultimatums. Contrantier added, Ultimatums are a wonderful thing because they can always be thrown back at the person giving them through some sarcasm and sometimes extra literal thinking. OP added, My now much more sane wife calls it my FU reflex. Try to manipulate me into option 1, then I'll take option 2. Let's just not mention Brexit. Edit to add, I see it now. I am the epitome of malicious compliance. Story 3 returns to the office where a manager gets sick of her employee being targeted by HR. It's titled Maternity Wear. This happened several years ago. After onboarding a new job, I was told I could hire an assistant. The HR director, Kelly, handed me a stack of resumes, told me about a friend's daughter, and bumped Kat to the top of my interview list. Kat passed the tech test with high scores and interviewed well, so I hired her. Kat showed up to work on time, had a good attitude, performed well on assignments, and was generally a pleasant person all around. After probation, Kat was excited to tell me that her last raise was enough to get an apartment with her boyfriend. It was a couple months after her raise, I started to notice Kelly spending an inordinate amount of time talking to Kat. The combo sounded personal, cordial, and Kelly was friends with Kat's mom, so I didn't think much about it. Until one day, Kelly barges in my office. Did you know Kat moved into an apartment with her boyfriend? I might have heard something about that. Well, Kat is pregnant and her mom is devastated, and proceeds to fill me in on the details on Kat's personal life. Uncomfortably, I interrupt, acting like I have a lot going on. This really isn't any of my business. If there's something related to Kat's performance that we need to discuss, please fill me in. But as for me, Kat is doing a great job. A few months pass. Kat's baby bump is starting to show. Kelly is again in my office. Kat is not in compliance with the dress code. Last staff meeting, Kelly handed out a dress code policy with a collage of various women's shoes and dresses and suits, presumably cut from fashion magazines to assist us determining what was acceptable from what was not. I picked up the policy and the clip art sheets with a stare reminiscent of Jack Nicholson's "I'm of a mind to make some Mookie" Batman Joker scene. Is she wearing something in the not allowed clippings? As I began to spread the clip art around my desk. She isn't wearing maternity clothes, as Kelly points to the bullet above maternity clothes in the policy. While the policy clearly says maternity wear is allowed, Kat is clearly pregnant and she's wearing clothes, so you know what I mean when I say maternity clothes, clothes from a maternity store. I told Kelly that I would talk to Kat, which I did. Kat filled me in that there was some drama with her mom not liking her boyfriend, that Kelly is involved, etc., etc. I just told her to read the policy and be sure she complies, and no matter what, to trust me. I had her back. The next day, Kelly is in my office telling me that Kat is again not in compliance with the dress code. At this point, Kelly knows I'm getting frustrated. Okay, I'll talk to her again. This time I want you present because I'm going to give her a formal warning and assign remedial training. I bring Kat into my office with Kelly present and formally read off my prepared statement, making it clear that it will go into her permanent file. Kat, you were given a verbal warning yesterday to comply with this dress code. Because it is not clear to me what is or is not a violation of this policy, you were to report to the HR office 10 minutes early every morning for the next 2 weeks for dress code inspection. Report to me if HR finds your dress unfit. If you are found to be in violation of this policy and are unable to correct your dress before the start of the workday, your employment will be terminated. By the time I'm finished, Kat is tearing up and Kelly is staring at the floor, speechless. I dismiss Kat. I hope that this is the last I hear about this, because if I do, I'll fire her. As Kelly, speechless, walks out of my office. I told Kat not to worry about any of this. We have them where we want them. So for a week, Kat reported to me that her clothes were fine per HR inspection. At the beginning of the second week, she was chuckling. Kelly told me that I look very nice today. Attitudes began to change and everyone was smiling. I got called to the red carpet by Jim, the CEO. He tried to keep a straight face as he recited what he heard was going on and asked me to cut the remedial training short because it was embarrassing the HR staff. Straight-faced, I said, "Well, Jim, if I stopped the remedial training, I'd have to fire Kat. Company policy clearly states that failure to complete a formal remediation plan is immediate termination. It is very clear. There is zero tolerance. You can't fire a pregnant woman for what she wears. I'm asking. No, I'm telling you to stop. Stop following company policy?" Laughing, he concedes. Okay, I am rescinding that ridiculous dress policy effective immediately. Yes, well done, OP. I love how she handled the situation. I am curious what the dress code inspection was like each day. I mean, was Kelly getting Kat to lift her shirt to show the spandex belly band? So inappropriate. On to the comments where OP stuck around to answer some questions. The Sahara Desert said, "Sounds like Kelly needed remedial training." Momo added, "Former HR here, much of Kelly's sharing would have been considered fireable offenses at my former job. You don't share personal information about an employee to anyone, especially her boss." Ugh, whatever Forever added, "Pregnancy is considered a medical condition, therefore sharing this news is a huge violation of most companies' policies." Please finger me, bro said, "At least the CEO knew the policy was BS quickly and got rid of it." OP added, "Yep, he emailed the company post-haste as I sat there." Laughing. Vince said, "Is there something I miss or I can't connect here? Despite the good ending, were you betting on Kelly wouldn't cause more drama during the daily dress code inspection? How did you know this would work?" OP replied, "I knew Jim would not allow me to fire her. If this happened, Kat would be set for a settlement, and I would have proudly defended the zero tolerance, zero common sense policy in a civil court by committing legal seppuku. Then I would resign. Either way this went, Kat would have been fine." Story 4 crosses over with entitled parents in the kitchen, but it sticks to only the funny. The story is titled, "Try to Trick Me into Eating a Radish Under the Guise That It's a Carrot." Okay, I'll bite. Last night I come home and walk into the kitchen where my mother-in-law and wife are standing with an enormous bag of small carrot-shaped white root vegetables. Exhausted from a long day, I absent-mindedly ask, "Are those white carrots?" The existence of radishes temporarily eluding my consciousness. My mother-in-law and wife, in enthusiastic unison, chime in that yes, they are indeed carrots. Go ahead and try one, my mother-in-law encourages, with an overzealousness that brings me to my senses. No, these are not carrots. Game on, Mama. Game on. I will eat this raw root vegetable and get you to as well. I rinse one off and snack into it as my wife and mother-in-law attempt to stifle their giggles. I feign confusion at their reaction. What are y'all laughing about? My wife laughs. What's it taste like? A carrot, I say. Maybe a little less sweet. You're lying, my mother-in-law shoots back. The lady who gave them to me said they're radishes. My face betrays nothing. I have crunched the pungent, peppery taste and melded it into an earnest mask of enjoyment. The sporadic laughter from my wife and mother-in-law has ceased. Well, I don't know who said that, but this definitely tastes like a carrot. Maybe I just got the one carrot mixed in with the radishes. I grab another, rinse it, and go to Chomptown. Mid-chew, I double down. Nope, these are definitely carrots. My mother-in-law, exasperated that either I am a master of deception or that she in fact did get the wrong bag of veggies, rinses one off, takes a massive bite, and immediately spits it back out. It is now I who am laughing, but not a tepid giggle. An uproarious guffaw of triumph. I have won. Now, to get the taste of radish out of my mouth. I thought that was a super cute one to end with. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Let's jump to the comments for some more veggie tales before wrapping up for the day. Coder Joe said, the taste of radish is easily dispensed by the taste of victory. Carrot emojis. Andy Thrax added, this victory sure does taste like carrots. Equator Gator said, radishes are actually called white carrots in Chinese, so you're technically correct. Someone else added, yeah, we eat daikon all the time and always weird it's called white carrot. Sunny Moon said, I like this story. It's refreshing because there are no hard feelings and it was an innocent prank both ways. Now, suddenly, I want radishes. DB2 added, the story is confusing because apparently a family that doesn't like radishes is buying them by the bag because reasons or something. It makes no sense. If you've enjoyed the story and would like to hear more, consider liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment. Thanks, and bye for now.